Hello, this is Blue Star, Defender of Equestria, and this is my BronyCon 2019 Day 4 video, and it's finished. But, yeah, certainly, BronyCon it's over, it's done. And, yeah, I'm probably going to have a lot to talk about that, but I want to make this video specifically about how do I feel now, and, what happened today, because when I get home I'll probably do one last video and then that'll in a way wrap up BronyCon 2019 for me, and of course I'm going to go through and do a little bit of audio processing on all my video and all the video clips, edit them together and stuff, and then start uploading them. But yeah, so anyway, so let's get this one going. It is of the closing ceremonies. There was parts of me that resisted wanting to use this because, there were lots of other things, but other than the panels, I didn't really record the ever footage, so this seemed to be the obvious choice. Because, yes, this wasn't just about the closing ceremonies, there was a bunch of other cool stuff too. Like, I did go to the ponies court. It's always kind of amusing because you have all these actors that will come out and do cases like Flim and Flam versus these people and stuff, and it's always fun. I enjoyed that, and I'm glad that I was able to record that because again, I don't think there's any video equipment, and maybe it's a special invisible camera that, but yeah, other than that, hopefully people who were at that panel will hopefully be able to see it and enjoy it. So yay when I upload this video anyway. So that was fun. Was it an acting trebles? It's basically a singing panel by some of the voice actors that also sing in the show. That was interesting, and it was kind of... I do enjoy these panels where we get to learn what are actually the techniques of doing stuff, because obviously, just, voice acting is one thing. Voice acting while singing is a completely different deal, or it has its own challenges and stuff, so that was interesting, and I liked that. That was cool. That was interesting. Yeah, my little mini meetup with the fans sadly kind of fell flat because no one showed up, but oh well. I tried, but I guess people are leaving, because it is the last day, and oh well, I tried. But overall, yeah, those two previous panels though were a lot of fun, and I liked them, and yeah, then yeah, hung around the vendor hall a little bit, purchased some more stuff, said goodbye to Perusia of Pieces, and although one thing that was cool, it's like I'm walking through the vendor hall, and then all of a sudden somebody says, "Hi, Blue Star," and I reach out my hand to shake his hand, and then I realize, oh my gosh, it's AMY Pony. Oh my gosh! It's like, this is actually kind of a sub-thing that I wanted to accomplish, was that, I want to actually meet AMY Pony, because he lives in Germany, he doesn't come here all the time. Like, Dr. Wolf, Silver Quill, they come to most of the conventions, so good chance of running into them, but AMY Pony only comes to a few conventions here, so that was cool! It's like, AMY Pony, remember me! Yes! Because we did do a collab, well, sort of a collab. He did like a joint reaction video. Because long story short with that was that I didn't want to do a official review. He didn't want to do an official review, so we just did a reaction video together. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, the Grand Galloping Gala, a retrospective. That was kind of cool. It's like all the previous people, all the actors and all those people who participated in the Grand Galloping Gala worked so hard to make it happen. It really is impressive that, because almost none of these people actually live in the same area. So I don't even know how they can, rehearse things like sword fights and dances and stuff when you not even physically met the person. Oh dear. So that was a lot of fun. I mean, alright, this is going to be definitely go into the selfish category, because it is, but yeah. It's like, they brought Red Card out, or actually Red Card was actually in the front row, and they thanked him for filming all the footage and stuff, and there's parts of me that wanted to raise my hand and be like, I filmed the gala too. I have those videos too. Yeah, but that was his moment. So I wasn't going to basically interrupt it or spoil it. And I have to say that his footage is better. So, oh well, but still, that was still cool to see and hear from the cast and everybody. That was cool. So yeah, so After that, things were kind of tough. I came back here for a little bit, you know, kind of put my costume on because like I was going to wear my costume, and I'm like, I'm tired, or I'm tired and sad, or something. I don't know. I don't really want to wear my costume anymore. So yeah, so I went here, put on the costume because like I consider my costume sort of like my dress uniform for like the closing ceremony and things of that nature. So yeah, so I get that on, but I remember putting on my armor. I'm like, this makes me so sad. I kind of feel like a gladiator ready to be slaughtered, sort of, kind of a thing. It's like the end is nigh. Definitely, that's definitely the part where it starts to hit you. This is the end. You know, this is the beginning of the closing ceremonies and stuff. And yeah, it's like I almost didn't want to go. I must admit, getting to the closing ceremonies was a real struggle for me. There were times where it's like, I just don't want to go. It kind of reminds me of this thing with, in the end of the very first season of Digimon, the very last episode, that Palmon doesn't want to say goodbye to Mimi. I think it's Mimi. I'm pretty sure it is. It's been a while since I've watched that show. But it's like she's so upset about having to say goodbye that she's basically hiding by herself in the forest, and saying, and some of the other Digimon find her and be like, what are you doing here? Don't you want to say goodbye? It's like, no, it's too painful to say goodbye. Is basically the long story short with that. That's how kind of I felt. I told myself, no, don't be that way. Don't be like her. It's like, no, go to the closing ceremony. It'll be worth it. And the long story short, it was. But it was definitely a journey getting there, to say the least. I do have to say that I really do feel in general, this BronyCon was basically, if there's one word that describes this BronyCon, it's overloaded. Absolutely. That there were too many people here in too small a space. I don't think the con was prepared. And that's basically, because yeah, I got there at 3:30. There was a massive line. They basically filled the entire, I think it's Charles Street lobby, basically. And that was just the, I was going to say that was just the general people, but no, it's like, yeah. So I sat in that line for a while, even though I was a sponsor. I figured this won't be so bad. And unfortunately, at some point, it's like, actually, it's getting past 4 o'clock. I think it's like it was either 4:10, 4:15-ish, and like, really, that the guy in front of me basically is like, oh, watching the live stream is like, oh, the charity auction is still going on. Oh, it's like, come on, you've got like a couple thousand people outside trying to get in and stuff, and yeah, some people are, it's the last day. Some people are either leaving or in the process of leaving or about to leave. It's like those people in front of me. It's like, no, we have to basically get out of here by 6 o'clock because that's how much the parking, because our parking meter is going to run out or something. So yeah, I mean, totally, I understand this all too. Again, I stayed a totally extra night just so that I could come to the closing ceremonies, because yeah, I would not want to be on the road right now, because I mean, I would not want to be trying to get on the road by now, because I would probably get home very late and I would not be very happy. So yeah. Because yeah, it's like, so yeah, so I sat in the general line for a while, and unfortunately, it's like, I thank so much the people who were going around and fighting. Oh, are you a sponsor? Okay. It's like, are there any other sponsors on here? Okay, no, come with me. Because yeah, down the sponsor line, because I'm pretty certain there was a sponsor line, just didn't think it was going to be so bad. Because yeah, my intent was not to sit in a seat, was I'll go set up in the back right corner by myself with my tripod, hopefully be out of the way, and just film. Because yeah, definitely there were so many people. There was no way that they were going to fit everybody inside that one room. There was just no way. And the good news was they turned the registration/autograph area into basically almost like a second a room. They put like screens up and projectors so that people could come and at least stand there and watch the screens and watch the performance. Although it's kind of strange because there was clearly a delay, because sometimes you could hear them. They'll be cheering like maybe a couple seconds after something happened, and I'm like, what? Because yeah, they were probably plugged into the live stream, which was kind of bizarre to me. It's like, why? Because considering that they were maybe 200 feet away, why weren't they connected to the system directly? But hey, that's the programmer in me going, But again, I have a feeling all that was thrown together at the quote-unquote last minute because, yeah, the opening ceremony basically went on that, oh, sorry, the room's full, goodbye. But, oh well, it is what it is. So anyway, so yeah, so I managed, so eventually waited in the sponsor line for a while, and yeah, and I guess I should share this. I should share this story now. My brain is completely malfunctioning. I'm definitely exhausted. Because yeah, I stood in that line for probably stood in lines for probably an hour or so. In my Royal Guard outfit, which is basically just foam. So I'm like, one person says, "Oh man, I'm hot." It's like, how do you think I feel? I'm basically wearing a giant foam jacket. Ugh. But yeah, I feel really bad for the fursuiters. I hope they didn't try to do that because that would have been really bad. I think I did see one. Bummer. But anyway, enough. So, so yeah, I'll share this story now. The long story short is there was basically a rush for autographs from Lauren Faust, yeah, there was a rush for autographs for Lauren Faust and stuff, and I think they almost trampled some poor kid, and she was really upset and stuff. Unfortunately, everybody, said, but there was the guy I was talking to said, oh, I convinced everybody to, let her go first and stuff, because only the first 50 people were going to get autographs, and yeah, so that was, again, another example of things not really working out very well, because, yeah, there was just too many people here. It was just simply overloaded. There just wasn't enough resources and time and space to deal with everything, some of which isn't the con's fault. They only had half the con available because there actually is another con going on, or was going on during BronyCon and stuff. So, yeah, so I would say that in some ways this has not been the best BronyCon because, yeah, it was a fight to get into some panels. It was difficult to move around sometimes, even just getting to things like the closing ceremony and stuff were a real pain and a real challenge. And there were definitely times where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna go watch the live stream, or I'll just, when I was in the waiting in the second room, I'll just put my camera over there and I'll just watch the screen. I'm very glad I did not do that, particularly because, as you can see, I finally did get in and I did get some pretty decent footage, and definitely will be sharing it with everybody at some point in the future. But I do have to say that when I walked through into the actual room, I felt kind of bad because there's this whole other room of people who aren't going to get in. And the only reason that I'm getting in and not them is because I basically paid extra. Which in some ways makes me feel bad, but at this point, you know what? It's like, unfortunately, after sitting in that line all that time and basically not going anywhere, not knowing what's going on, you know what? I'm gonna pull rank in this case, and hopefully this footage will hopefully justify all that, and hopefully, but we shall see. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, the closing ceremonies were pretty cool. Yeah, I think overall, yeah, they're definitely very cool. I mean, you probably saw before, there was this amazing guy who won the talent contest, and he was an amazing dancer and stuff, and unfortunately, I kind of was not paying fully attention to my video and stuff at the beginning, and I had some issues with my costume and stuff, so unfortunately, oops, I messed up a little bit on that, so, But otherwise, it was pretty cool. I mean, the con staff came out, all the community guests, and I think that the end speech by both I guess the con director and the three mascots at the end was pretty cool and was pretty awesome, and was definitely, I think, right attitude is that, yeah, BronyCon is ending, but this isn't the end of the fandom. This isn't the end of bronies or, or conventions or anything like that. It's about taking what you've learned here from the fandom and then moving on to whatever's next with that. And definitely keep creating content. And my favorite is like, just keep being you. Ooh, it brings a tear to my eye because that's just so nice. I like that. Because, yeah, I mean, it is sad to see BronyCon come to an end. It really is. I'm sure later on when I'm not quite so busy with basically trying to focusing on what's coming next, which I'm going to get to in a minute, that yeah, it might really hit me that BronyCon is over. So yeah, parts of me are sad. But generally right now, I'm just exhausted because from waiting in the line, standing around and stuff for most of the day. But I'm also kind of glad that, okay, it's finished. BronyCon is finished. All this things that I've been worrying about for the last month, like I rushed all these changes to my costume, to my blast, to my caster, and all this stuff. And yeah, I was really in some ways dreading the closing ceremony because, that's facing it. That's facing the reality of that BronyCon is over. And but at the same time, there were also parts of me that are like, you know what? It's kind of like staring into a big pool of really cold water, knowing you have to jump into it. It's like you don't want to, but sometimes it's better to just jump in and just get it over with. It's kind of how I felt from time to time during the day. It's like I just want this in some ways to be over so that I can move on to what's coming next. Because, when I get home, there's a new episode of MOP for me to react to. And definitely other things that I probably want to do, which I probably will save for the next video. So, yeah, so it's a mixed emotions. Yeah, I'm kind of sad, but I'm also kind of happy because, because now it's over. Now we can, now... Now we can move forward and move on to what's next. And instead of being focused on, okay, BronyCon's over, we're all sad. But at the same time, I give you permission to be sad if that's what you want to, because now it's over. Because yeah, while I was here, I want to enjoy this con. I want to focus on enjoying it and having fun and the doom and gloom and being sad. That can come, on the trip home or when I'm at home and stuff. But for right now, I'm going to do exactly what the guidebook said, is that I'm just going to enjoy the best weekend of the year. So, roar! And yes, there were definitely some issues, but overall, BronyCon 2019 was pretty awesome, and it was cool that so many people were here. The statistics were 10,219 people were here. It's a record! Yes! Way to go, bronies! Yay! And yes, it's definitely sad, but I had a lot of fun here, and definitely things are looking up and everything, and, now we can all definitely move forward. And it was just really fun, and I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. So, I guess that's basically going to wrap up, my Day 4 video of BronyCon 2019, and yeah, I'm sad to leave, but I'm also looking forward to going home right now because now I have a lot to think about now because I gotta pack up all my stuff, my costume, my caster, and all this, get this in the car, and by the way, have some dinner, and be ready to, basically take my one bag that I hopefully I'll have left and get in the car and go home tomorrow because it's definitely, it's hard, as always, it's hard to leave, but I'm also glad to be going home. So, because BronyCon was an amazing experience, but we all have to, but now it's time to move on to what comes next. So, definitely, I totally agree with, so I think it's definitely end with what the con said, was that, this isn't the end, and make new communities, find new friends, and don't forget the lessons and the things that you have learned here, and definitely keep being you. So, this definitely ends my BronyCon 2019 Day 4 video, so I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, thank you for commenting, liking, and subscribing, and until next time, this is BlueStar. Stay strong, and pony on. BlueStar out.